Top Billin.
Yo, what up to all my villains? Your boy is back. Man, much love to everybody out there holding your boy down. You know what time it is. It's time, baby. So, not much time today though, right? But we got a lot of time here in the near future. We'll be cooking up some shit and really honing in on certain players and certain things. But I just kind of wanted to get some preliminary stuff out here from some of the stuff that I was going over the film. Remember, it's only so much you can glean from a preseason game when not a lot of the starters played, but being able to see the direction like of the offense and seeing how it could look. And if you're not impressed with the potential direction of the Seattle Seahawks, I believe right now, man, you either don't have a pulse or you just a hater. You know what I mean? Haters going hate. Now, I was surprised to see a lot of the stalwarts on the offensive line. Abe Lucas, as soon as I saw him and he played like a couple of plays, I was like, all right, that's enough. Just get him out. Let him, you know what I'm saying? That the thing about him being healthy and being in a preseason game, that alone right there changes the scope of shit, right? And y'all still rocking with Anthony Bradford. I try to tell y'all, I'm not so sure your boy Christian Haynes can overtake Anthony Bradford. For some odd reason, our staff just seems to like him. And Christian Haynes, well, I told you before when I seen a lot of the stuff that he was doing out there, I was not very impressed by Christian Haynes. Now, he looks like somebody who should be very good. He's very good at Connecticut and all that, but this is not college. You have to raise your level of play when the level of competition is raised, and I can't say that he's done that. But he's shown flashes, so I don't know. Maybe he could still be on. No Oluwatimi here. I believe he's an injury. Should be back soon, if not already. But seeing Sundell in there, man, you know you have a little bit of depth at the center position. Even more guys you can put there as well. Gray Zabel, watching him, he was doing work in his game, right? He was putting in some serious work there. I like what I see from Gray Zabel. No Charles Cross. I'm not the bigger fan of Charles Cross. Y'all know that. You know what I mean? I think he's overrated. But he's still a pretty good player, a pretty decent player of that, right? But you got Jones in his place right here. And Saubert. So the cast of characters, look, a lot of under center stuff. Drew Lock back in the fold, right? Your boy Robbie Oots, your man George Holani right here. Just look at some of this, right? And remember, patreon.com/topbilling if they chop these up and I run these. Horton, man, right? Y'all may have found somebody special in Torrey Horton who could slide next to your boy Jackson Smith and Jigba for years and years to come. But we'll get to that at another time there. But check this out right here, right? We're talking about having that under center presence with the fullback, right? So 21 personnel, 2 backs, 1 tight end. Instantly get your boy Jones here. Wow, Devin White. Devin White in the building right here. You had Jamal Adams in this game. You had Geno Smith himself in this game. What? Eat at Geno's, right? Crazy first game there. Cast of characters there, your boy Pete Carroll and all that there. But you can see him combo up here, right? You want to see a lot of the angling off at what you're going to get here. Saubert, we know, is a pretty decent blocking tight end. He wants to be able to angle off. Robbie Oots, same deal right here. You want to be able to catch some type of 2 or 3 car pileup on these type of jaunts, right? You want to see them. If you're getting to the outside like this, you can see it right here. Boom. Saubert makes this play without making this play. Same thing with Oots right here, right? Taking it lateral till he can kind of turn it in, right? He was able to out-leverage his man. And then you got people putting in work, and then Jake Bobo out with the lead there. I like these plays right here, especially when you got that short motion by the fullback, right? He's going to go in short motion. So you get that a lot of the time. So you think it's going to be one thing, and they build off of that. Kubiak in his bag, of course. We know he's going to be in his bag when it comes to that run game, man. But I really do like what I see from this, from Olani there, Jones. And this is not even your top guys, right? It could be even better. Right? True enough, it's not a number 1 defense or anything that they're facing, but just to see them working this and repping this and how often they were going to it, definitely a type of Seattle team that's going to be about some ground and pounding. You know, I love that there. Once again, that short motion. You get this time, get all the way out to the perimeter after the short motion, and you can see this could have been a very big play. This is why you have to have all hands on deck. And, man, Elijah Arroyo is going to be very good, no doubt about that. He had a bad rep on this one right here. Like I said, you got to get boots on the ground, right? You got to get guys on the ground. Tyree Wilson. All right, look at this right here. Not a good effort right here. If you're going to cut him, I don't know if you was in between wanting to cut him or whatever like that. Well, like that, down goes Frazier right there. Bang. He's fertilized. And Wilson stays on his feet. If the cutback lane, if he's able to stay on his feet at the very least and kind of seal and give him that kind of cutback right here, your boy Holani's probably 88 out the gate. That's what you want, that hard backside crease. Everybody else is doing work. Gray Zabel putting in work. Your boy Oots out here. Bradford, everybody putting in work. Matter of fact, let's go back and look at a couple of them. Oots on that short motion. You can see him right there. He gets out to the perimeter. Right, just in case Holani wanted to go ahead and stretch this out. Right, going to be reading that 3 technique or that front side, the play side defender. But he decided to not do this right here, which I can't blame him. Right, try to get to the outside because Oots wasn't really on that side, but Oots definitely has it if you want to cut that bad boy back against the grain, and it's looking really good. But you got to have all hands on deck. It's just really one guy didn't do that well right here. I even think Jake Bobo, once he would have got in, it would have been able to seal as well. But him continuing to work there. Gray Zabel, right? Temp agency worker, always looking for work, right? You can see him getting back into the action, trying to seal people off in there. I like his hustle. I like his athleticism, and I like his mentality out there, and I like this FBI and his football intelligence. As you can see right there, everybody doing that work, man. One player not doing that well on this one broke this entire play down. Could have been a pretty decent gainer. But you can see the makings of something special on the ground when all hands are on deck, including, obviously, the running backs. Look at this. You run enough zone, you're going to have people start to guess. Now, if you see the zone flow going this way, and you do a little bit of a pull counter. After a little bit of a short motion as well here by Robbie Oots on an overhang defender, you'll see a little bit of counter action from Holani here to stretch it to the perimeter. But this is more of a pin and pull action because you even have Bradford right here on some pull while everybody else, as I said, is flowing down. Flowing down. Let's look at Oots right here. Short motion, but look at the flow. Right? You can see everybody start to go in that direction right there. So not much to block here. Saubert doing his thing. Bang. Was that on Jamal Adams, right? On the president, Jamal Adams there. But look at Oots, right? Overhang defending. You got come on, look at this. Bang. Right there. Silt that. Oh, my man took a poor angle. Absolutely poor angle to the inside right there. Oh, he should have kind of slow played that one right there. So, boom, that means you have to make this tackle or you the last line of defense. Isaiah Polo Miles not going 11 personnel, but still able to get the job done. Look at this freeze draw. One-on-one. Whoop! Look at that right there. Devin White's going to have that rep back. Come on, Devin White. Look at this freeze draw. Right? Look like it could be a quick throw to the outside. Put the ball in the belly of the beast. That's what you want in a run game, to be able to isolate, right? At the very least, you can have one unblocked defender. As long as that unblocked defender is just going head up with your man, and then it's can you make them miss or can you run them over, right? Can you defeat that man in front of you? And that's exactly what Holani does, right? Getting vertical right here. Bang, sticks that foot in the ground. Devin White was done. Absolutely done anyway, right? And then you had Sundell right here searching for work. Temporary, right? A temp job right there, right? He's searching for work. But look at Gray Zabel on this one right here. This is what I'm talking about, right? By any means necessary, Gray Zabel's going to get the job done. Look at him. Wash a man damn near to the concession stand. He's still working. He pushes him out the frame. He pushed the man out the frame into the concession stand, making him serve hot dogs, right? With relish, right? And onion, right? Only mustard, right? You know what I'm saying? No ketchup, right? Don't be putting ketchup on your hot dogs, baby. Pause. Look at right here, man. Gray Zabel, right, gets exactly where he wants it to be. You get that double at the point of attack right there by Bradford and Sundell. And then Sundell searching for work, but Gray Zabel right here continuing to stay on it. Continuing to stay on it. My man's like, come on, man. You know I'm not about to make this play. Why are you blocking me, man? Why are you blocking me, right? He's like, I don't give a damn. I'm blocking you even more. Go to the concession stand. Concession stand, the man, in the preseason. Come on, man. Seattle putting in work on the ground. All right, I'm not going to harp on this. It's probably be the last time I say this, right? We need to move on totally. You know what I mean, right? This would have been the perfect offense for Eat at Geno. Under center offense with a lot of rhythm and timing element to it with a fullback and bigger personnel, meaning, right, a lot of 21 personnel, a lot of 22 personnel, Geno Smith would excel at that. You know what I mean? But Seattle Seahawks will be fine regardless. Sam Darnold should be able to do his thing for sure, but it looked like they took the brunt of it too. Look at him sticking it out. He ain't going down and twerking. Any twerking from Robbie Hoots? Not a chance. Bang. 2 men, right? Look at that. He instantly died, right? That's an instant death, right? Only thing that saved him was after he died, he hit the ground and woke up. And he was able to go on about his business. But he did die in that little split millisecond right there. He was done. Isaiah Pola too, right? They both were done. Come on, man. What are we doing here? But this is a slick play right here. Look at this, right? It looks like it's going to be a potential counter, right? The way they sliding this back in looks like it's going to be a potential counter. And you could actually see that if it were a counter, yeah. You know what I mean? What are we doing right here? That would have been dope, right? That's probably something they'll go back and look at on the film right here. But you get that kind of what amounts to a slide protection there, right? Which means Drew Lock's going to be out naked. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much ready to get a little bit of a breach here, but on this side here. But great job of him by sliding horizontally, waiting for Oos to uncover, and you get yourself an explosive play to a fullback. You mind, private? Bang! Instant death. All right, y'all, your boy got to bounce, man. We're going to be back, you know what I mean? Shout-outs to everybody out there. I don't normally do this. Shout-outs to the Seattle Seahawks fan base right here on YouTube, right? Generally great people, no doubt about that, right? We'll say even 99%. It's the 1 percentile of the people who always end up causing the problems, right? So for the most part, for the past few months, your boy had to take a step back. I only had one dickhead, right, who came through the Patreon on some bullshit, right? Got that dickhead up out of here. And then with me not doing this particular film 1 minute after, even though the game started at 10 o'clock at night, right, on a Thursday, right, and after the Philadelphia Eagles game that I had to cover came on right before it, was not going to be able to crank out the content immediately or whatever like that. Still had a dickhead come through. Are you quitting Seattle Seahawks content? As if I'm on a time crunch or some shit like that off of a preseason game with no starters, really. Like, come on, man. But like I said before, man, for the most part, 99% of the people out there. So I'm going to start giving love to all the people out there who aren't dickheads, and we'll do it like that. All right, so salute to all my top billing villains. Your boy will be back. We'll concentrate on some other shit, right? Nick and Warrior out there doing his thing. Very interesting how they were deploying him. I can definitely see what's going on. A lot of zone out there, right? I want to see him, though, if he has the matchup and man coverage on the slot receiver, what that's going to go like, right? But I want to see how they do that shit for real when all the real horses are out there for a starter. Torrey Horton, definitely got to get to him, too. Ooh, man, Torrey Horton. Well, I said it before. That might be that boy right there for sure. But just a lot of the same shit, man. A lot of the shit you want to see is just a continuation. So that's why I want to see a lot of the starters to see what's going on. But we shall see. All right. Much love to everybody out there, man. Salute.
Top billing.